Check. 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 1, 2. Check, check. Mic check. Mic check, check. All right. Looks good. Here we go. Welcome, welcome all to the monthly Q&A on my YouTube channel. 5 by 5. Excellent. Monthly Q&A for February 2026. I'm sure some people will trickle in here. Just 10B. Good to see you, brother. So as always, to kind of start this off, I do a community post to allow people to post questions on there, and I answer those. And then from there, after I answer those, I just shoot the breeze with the chat here. So any topics and questions, fire away with them. I'm going to do the community post questions first, so I'll get those knocked out here. There's only a few, and then yeah, we'll just chill and hang out for about 2 hours. You got to bail to the park with the kids. Try and catch you on the other phone. All right. Well, pay attention to the kids. Have fun out there, man. It's always a good time at the park. It's actually kind of nice out. So it hit 40 degrees here today. Heat wave. Just wait 5 minutes and the weather will change, and we're supposed to get some snow. Kind of the last hurrah bits of snow here in the next week or so. So I have a feeling spring is going to come early-ish here for us, because usually we get snow and winter temps through March into April. So no doubt that we're gonna have some temp drops again and some snow again at some point before that happens. Sometimes we get snow into May, early May here. So uh yeah, a little bit of a heat wave right now, but it's gonna cool off again. So it's we're bound to get some more snow at some point here. So but yeah, go have fun at the park, Justin B. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. All right. So, community post questions. I will knock those out real quick, and then yeah, we'll just shoot the breeze here, and anyone else new coming in, say hey, welcome, welcome. And I'll answer the community post questions, and then I will answer your questions in the chat, topics of discussion, anything you got. Yeah, it's hot, cold, hot here. Yeah. Yeah, we're about 40 degrees here today. I was just telling Justin, uh, we'll probably see a temp drop and some more snow. We can get snow up till the beginning of May here, so at some point it's bound to happen again. So a moniker saying that we have up here is, "You want the weather to change? Just wait 5 minutes." So it's bound to drop again, and we're bound to get some more snow at some point. So yeah. All right. I'm going to answer your community post. Hey, Gen X Gemini, what's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in. XXL, dude, thanks for tuning in. Let me get the community post questions answered here. There's only a couple, and then we'll just shoot the breeze and hang out for about 2 hours. So, first question was from Tom Bonner. What level of medical training should armed citizens have? He's taken Stop the Bleed and is going to get his basic life support certification, which is good. But wanted to know, you think additional levels of medical training should be pursued? For the general citizen, I mean, obviously everybody should get Stop the Bleed and CPR AED, but um, tech, it's basically a civilian and first responder version of TCCC. So it's TECC tech. If you can take a tech course and get certified with that, that's going to up your game substantially from general BLS and your Stop the Bleed courses and things like that. And some of the programs and companies that do training and stuff out there kind of offer a hybrid of doing kind of all of them together based on the course schedule, and 1, 2, 3 day kind of things, whether it's Dark Angel Medical, Tactical Response, Refuge, any number of organizations out there aside from your American Red Cross, American Heart Association, and then other organizations that are tied to local first responder departments and stuff that offer that kind of training and certification as well. If you can do your PHTL, um, which is pre-hospital trauma life support training, which is kind of on that same level as tech, even a little bit more advanced. Typically, for that, you have to have some kind of licensing, whether it's security personnel or being an EMT or a firefighter or something like that. Um, but there are some abridging courses out there that you can take for that kind of thing. But tech, TECC is definitely a good way to go. Aside from if you can have access to and can get certified for TCCC, basically the same thing. Um, Martin G. Blast, what's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in. Um, so yeah, that kind of answers that question, Tom. Which is a good one. Everybody should have their should get stop the bleed training and your CPR AED stuff. BLS training, slight step up, and then from there is like tech, and then from there is like PHTL. So the tech TCCC arena is really good. Um, but having some competency, especially with having people with advanced medical background, like in your group, in your community assets and things like that, whether they're doctors or medics or AEMTs and stuff, like those are really essential to have, and worth more than their weight in gold, having those people in your pocket to help with all kinds of situations. But that general type of training is just good for everyday stuff. All right. Let's see. The other one was George Washington. Just the meme, because I post a meme with every community post for questions and stuff. Um, he wishes for new steel inch and or metric pattern FAL mags. So there's two companies right now that do new production metal FAL magazines, mostly metric pattern. I haven't seen inch pattern really, but DS Arms, they do it kind of in waves of batches. And then there's United Defense LLC, which is a joint American and Filipino company that's making magazines. They got the old KCI tooling. So they're making metric metal magazines. So those are coming into the country, and there's a couple of outlets that retail them to varying degrees of availability. Kind of the same deal as DSR, just kind of coming in batches into the country. So there are a couple of manufacturers, but pretty much all the rest is surplus. So hopefully Imbil can work something out with the U.S. government to import their stuff too, the Brazilian made stuff, because that would be cool too. So because there's still a demand for it. So and with surplus prices for FAL magazines in particular, minimum base price you're looking at like 45-50 bucks for a 20 round mag. The 30 rounders, the straight 30 rounders, which are a lot harder to get. I've got a South African one. Those are like 140 bucks per mag. So new production stuff. There's a couple of companies, but yeah, it would be really cool to see more coming in. I talked to is his name John or Mike? I can't remember. CS Spec magazines. I talked to him a while back, like a couple of years ago, and he was considering it, but he's kind of focusing on M14, M77, and like some other obscure firearm magazine production stuff. And he's between Michigan and Florida, so maybe at some point he'll make them too, but I don't know. For now, there's two companies that are making new production FAL metric magazines, and that's DS Arms and United Defense LLC. So, what's up, Boger? So that's it for the community post questions. So, yeah, that's about it there. So, free for all in the chat here. Anybody new coming in, say hey and fire away with any questions you have and topics of discussion. So, and kind of to start it off, as you saw in the thumbnail, kind of the mashup and the recent videos and stuff. FL pattern, range bag in my camo pattern from this one was made by Whitmore, handmade custom, and then got the Swift textile sling here in the W pattern. So there are products on the market with a couple of companies. About half of them right now are custom order, for the most part. Even Swift, like a lot of the stuff as far as frac patterns go, is custom order, but um, he may end up adding it to the full line of pattern options at some point. But so like him, Whitmore, Bug Out Bushido, he just finished a really sick fusion of my S pattern, snow pattern, and some Red Dawn camo, kind of mashed up together into a chest rig he built. Looks really cool, and the colors work perfectly with each other. Um, Jared, 2 Alpha, what's up, bro? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, it's been a minute. Glad you're here. Thanks for dropping in. Um, Not much new, Ogre. Just kind of talking, giving some updates on the camo stuff. So a couple of products there. There will be a new partner. They're still finalizing the pattern and then initial marketing product builds for Anorax in a couple of patterns, and those are going to be pre-order limited runs for Anorax in a couple of Fracti patterns. So keep an eye out for that. I'll be making announcements for that on the Instagram, and then I'll probably make a video at some point or a community post on the YouTube channel here for when those drop. Hopefully in the next month or so, those will be coming out in or for pre-order. As far as other custom gear manufacturers, I did talk to Fire Force Ventures, one of the dudes from Fire Force Ventures, and at some point in the future, they just did an ERDL drop. After that campaign is done, they're considering, working together with me on a couple of different products with them using the Fracti patterns. And then there's a couple other smaller, again, custom order companies, Cottonmouth Customs. Um, I've talked to the ProWorks gear guy a bit, and then talking to Trash Panda Manufacturing as well. And then I don't know if Dylan from Citadel Defense is going to drop in. He's eyeing up picking up some material to make some chest rigs for a limited run in his chest rig model as well. So there's possibly a couple more partners coming on board here. We're still kind of in the discussion process, and it's when they have time and availability to do some custom order stuff or limited run stuff, just depending on how their businesses are structured and stuff. So there's more stuff coming. Um, Ogre, opinion on a Honda Ridgeline? Gross. They're gross vehicles. They look disgusting. I hate how they look. I don't know how reliable they are. I haven't really heard anything on them, like good or bad, but they look terrible. So that's a no for me just on that alone. um, XXL dude, you're gonna be conversation starter. What do you think? About the leftist spreading around Minuteman princess and training and information for their causes. I mean, they're they're doing the same thing. Heavy right leaning people are too. And everything in between. I mean, uh, just like anyone, it's free speech and stuff. But when it comes to political narrative, obviously there's elements of extremism that you have to be cognizant of, and you know anyone that's been designated as a international criminal or terror organization, guess what? They need to be dealt with accordingly. Um, but other than that, I mean, some of the information they're putting out isn't accurate. Some of it is, but they're doing the exact same thing anyone else is. So, I mean, I don't really have any thoughts about it one way or the other. Just that there's a lot of unhinged people out there, and while it is our right to disseminate information, um, you do have to be somewhat cognizant to maybe leave certain things out that are sensitive or um, prevent a totality of picture being allowed, especially with people that intend to do harm against American citizens, things like that. Which is why with like some of my long form discussion videos and stuff, like I do detail a lot of information as well as a lot of other channels do, but there's certain things that are left out for a reason, and that's for just sound cognizance and security practices. Um, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of training and capability that myself and a lot of other people here in the chat and otherwise have that are not going to be shared in a broader spectrum of because of nefarious actors, antagonists out there. So just be smart about stuff, right? Not even just a loose lips sink ships kind of thing, but at the same time, it's like just mind your p's and q's about certain things. Little nuances here and there, certain TTPs or whatever. People that don't have any understanding or experience with the certain things, what they don't know, they're not going to know, and it needs to be kept that way to a certain degree outside of confidants and things like that. So just you know keep keep the brain ticking like that, and just having that foresight, forethought, and just sound practice like that. um this is a great question though. 2 alpha, believe it or not, I actually got home a decent time today, dude. For anyone that doesn't know, 2 Alpha, his main job as a farrier, he works his ass off. Like, props to you, brother. He puts in some long days and works very hard. Um, so yeah, I'm glad you got kind of off early and able to kind of kick back a little bit, man. It's good, bro. You need to rest up. ACR Protect. What's up, dude? I'm not worried. I'm glad you're here. You're lucky I don't have a jar of mayo here to, eat some spoonfuls in front of you. I had to do the video. I had to. I had to mess with you guys a little bit. I love you guys. I had to mess with you a bit. Twin Arrows, what's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in, man. Haven't seen anything from you or talked to you in a minute. So, although I'm glad you caught my IG post and all that. We're all lucky you don't have that, right? You know, it is what it is. It's uh it was a treat. Come on, it was a treat. That was a treat. Little inside jab just for you, man. Dude, yes, okay. Great point, ACR. The Jack Daniels number 7 steak seasoning. It's like a dry seasoning. Freaking amazing. It is my favorite steak seasoning to use on steaks and other things. I used it on ground beef last night with like potatoes and stuff and onions. Man, is it good. Just skillet cook it up with that seasoning. Phenomenal. It is the best steak seasoning I've ever had. It is so good. Yeah, it's really good. Twin Arrows, but getting everything straight on your end, going live in the AM. Nice, nice, right on, man. Um, Ogre, you think US is going to hell in a handbasket quick? Do you hear? Well, yeah, you're in New York, and New York is screwed, and Virginia. Apart from your typical other states like California and stuff that and Illinois that are just ruining everything for everyone. Just the worst of the worst. States like mine are fine. We have no problems like that. It all comes down to your local bureaucracy, and voting only does so much to where it comes to a point. It's like, hey, is there intelligent and capable people that are able to step up and run for positions to fix things? Because at this point, it's going to take thrice as long to fix anything that's wrong in respective states with government and bureaucracy than it is as fast as things are being done that infringe on rights and just create these terrible set of systemics that people are living in these states now with all these ridiculous laws, new taxes, and everything. Voting does so much. Legislative branches and state governments, as well as federal government, that stuff, what they're voting on, the people don't get to vote on. calling and talking to your reps only does so much. Some reps are much more receptive than others. So then it's like, okay, you gotta try and run and get them out of office then. Take their place and fix things, Or what other options may um present themselves in the future that is the most effective and reasonable thing to undertake. So um yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. But people are gonna have to work 3 times as hard to fix things. JD used to have marinade bags that were all oh yeah, I remember those. I remember those XSL, the marinade bags. Yeah, those were good. The Maury's brand, like for like salmon and cod fillets and stuff, I get those sometimes, and they come in these bags with marinade and stuff. They are really, really good. You just bake them in the oven. Man, are they good. ACR Protect, the damn seasoning. It is. It's so good. I don't know what they put in it, crack or what, but it's amazing. I just went and picked up some more today because I was running low. Yeah, like it is awesome. It's so good. Dude, exactly. Like full body rub, dude. Full body rub. You know? It's such good seasoning. Um, yeah, Ogre, your local stuff sucks. Um, Everyone's saying hey to each other. Hey, Ogre, if you want to run for your state senate, do it. If you think, especially for your district, because it is far outside the confines of everything terrible New York City is doing to the rest of the state. If you think you can take up that challenge, more power to you. Yeah, dude. XSL, yes. Highly recommended. Jack Daniels #7 steak seasoning, dry steak seasoning. It's so good. Yes, you will love it for your meal preps. Oh, so good. Good question, Twin Arrows. My favorite way to cook eggs. Man, that's hard. I really like over easy. But fried, sunny side up, scrambled, like it doesn't matter. Like I'll eat it anyway. Like I like it all. You can't really go wrong with how you do eggs, but I do like over easy, especially if I'm gonna have a side of like hash browns or corned beef hash or something, or I'm gonna make a sandwich with it or something. Like I like over easy for that. Deviled eggs go hard too. I love deviled eggs. Um, XXL editing up videos, cool. Yes, Ogre, I do like vodka. Bosco vodka. Oh, spicy, peppered vodka? Yeah, I like peppered vodka. I really like homemade, infused, like, pepper and pearl onion vodka, that's got, the peppers in the bottle and stuff. I knew someone, I knew a Russian family that lived in Milwaukee for a while that, did that. Man, was it good. It was re homebrew is some of the best when it comes to vodka. Um, well, if you get gut rot from it, you shouldn't drink it, Ogre. Yeah, sunny side up is good, XXL, I like it. So many eggs, it's crazy, need some new. Nice. I've got a plug here somewhat locally for eggs, if I need them. I haven't been able to get out to see him, but, he's got chicken and duck for egg supply. I need to go get some from him at some point. 'Cause I got some duck eggs a while back and they were good. Um, yeah. I live in an apartment, so obviously I can't have chickens here, but I've got people I know that have all kinds of stuff like that. Apart from egg prices in the store here are much more reasonable than they are a lot of other places right now because this is a farming state. So yeah, so many ways to cook them. XXL. If any of you are whiskey drinkers, give Chattanooga Whiskey Company. It's been your go-to for about 5 years. Oh, cool. Have you tried the Horse Soldier whiskey XXL? You'll have to try that if you haven't. Um, Tornero's been living off red meat and eggs, and real butter and cheese. Hell yeah. Cheese gang. Cheese gang. We are the cheese mecca here. Damn near every meal, there's some kind of cheese. Welcome back, Gen X. Welcome back. Tornadoes. Training videos coming. Nice. Ogre, dozen eggs in New York is 219. Oh, that's actually not bad. Can't eat eggs without the XXL. Can't eat eggs without hot sauce anymore. Burn yourself off on boiled eggs, eating two, even six every morning for a year. Jeez. You must have had the best egg farts, man. ACR, okay, yeah, yeah. See, ACR knows horse soldier whiskey. So some of the ODA guys, some of the very first guys that went into Afghanistan, those ODAs, the horse soldiers, those special operations ODAs, like a couple of them started a distillery, so that's where horse soldier whiskey comes from. Um, and they're in Tennessee, so I've heard very good things about it. So yeah, give it a try. Tornadoes get about 60 eggs a day right now, duck and chicken. Wow, dude. You must have a good amount of ducks and chickens for that. That's awesome. Do you sell the extra? Make a little money? ACR, about 50 bucks a bottle. Yep, for the whole soldier. Yep, they have a higher end. Is it the, what? I think it's a 10-year reserve for 100. Try that and Hootens. Okay. Not that familiar with Hootens. XXL dude, gotta have either sriracha or hot sauce. Yeah, well, sriracha. Um, there's a local hot sauce company to me, and I featured it in that condiments video where I was trolling ACR and Tin Man Metal a little bit. But it's a brand called Dashalitos. They're green fire. It's a verde hot sauce. Man, is that amazing on eggs. Um, and a number of other things, but especially on eggs. Oh, Dashalitos green fire hot sauce. You can order it straight from their website. And I think Heatonist and a couple other retailers online sell it as well. Um, really, 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 really good. Dashalitos here. I'll at least spell it out for everyone. Green fire hot sauce. There we go. Check out Dashalitos green fire. It's really good. Um, back to the gym. ACR's had both. Just get 2 bottles for the 50. You're right. Hoot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hoot. Yeah, yeah. I didn't realize that he had a whiskey now. That's awesome. That's cool. Torneros, Irish cheese. What? Kerrygold. Kerrygold Dubliner is phenomenal cheese. Really good cheese. Also try Justo. Juusto. There is an imported version, and then there's a couple of the versions that are made here in Wisconsin, and then in I think Pennsylvania. Justo or Justoleppa. It's a baked cheese. Really, really, really good as well. But yeah, Kerrygold, Irish Kerrygold Dubliner cheese is phenomenal. Um, Tornadoes, every meal is red meat and eggs and cheese. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, XXL. Yeah, green chili hot stuff, dude. That's what I'm saying. The Dashalitos Green Fire. They also have another green. That brand Dashalitos has another one. That's a green pepper sauce. I forget the name of it right now. They've got a few, but the Green Fire in particular is just like holy crap, dude. I wish they sold bigger bottles of it because it's like a standard, like smaller bottle kind of thing. I wish they sold bigger bottles of it because it's like you could drink that stuff. It's so good, and it's got a little kick to it, but it's good. Tim Man Metal, what's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in, brother. Sauerkraut gang. It states in the book of Booglations that DJ gets all the metals, condiments. I accept all the condiments. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That is good stuff. Ah. So what else you guys got? Fire away. More topics, more questions. Keep them coming. This is good. We're already 30 minutes in. Bro, I don't know why you don't like mayo, man. Mayo's awesome, especially real mayo, like Hellman's. I like aioli a lot too. Aioli is really good too. XXL had a guy in your Substack tell you all the small unit tactics are obsolete, quote unquote, because of drone warfare. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw that in a group chat. Um, silly. Small unit tactics are always going to have prevalence, no matter the environment that you're in. Even when it comes to anti-drone operations, small unit tactics, you know, that drone is going to hone in on one or two guys, while the other guys in the team are going to try and take it down. Or you're going to work together to conceal yourself from it. It's adaptive techniques, like so when people say stuff like that, A, they don't know what they're talking about, or B, they're being trolls. Everyone's saying, "Hey, Tin Man, small unit tactics will always determine the outcome of every battle." Facts. Absolute facts. Yes, agreed to an arrow. All the Kerrygold cheese is great, you know. It just it tastes so good because open range pasture raised cows for the cheese. Like it tastes better. Right, XXL? Love how people think there's going to be infinite power or electricity in a war scenario. Far from it. I've been to multiple different conflict zones, and yeah, if there's no power, there's no power. Or you could be in a situation where, much like in parts of Central and South America or South Africa or whatever, you get rolling blackouts. That even happens here in the States in certain areas. Like already, you get rolling blackouts from time to time, especially when your grid isn't set up to be able to handle extreme weather that comes through. Doesn't even have to be war, but with war, especially, that infrastructure is going to be fought like hell to protect and sustain. But at some point, it'll go out. Never tried their cheese. The Tin Man says, and never tried their cheese or their butter. Butter is amazing as well. Yeah, yeah. Try their cheeses, man. They're really good. Power. It really depends on the conflict. Um, it can be the first to go because obviously vital infrastructure points of attack. It can be some of the first to go, or even like you said in Ukraine, um, certain areas of the country had power for a long time. Even during the Battle of Zaporizhia at the power plant, it still gave power until they knocked it out, and then it didn't take very long, and it went back online. So it really depends on what the defensive capabilities as much as the resilience capabilities are of your infrastructure. So XXL, I got F-35 flying over my place right now. XXL ran on a power generator. How fragile the system is. It is fragile. I mean, and what my consulting for the last few years, that was a focus, a client focus was infrastructure. So and security and resilience. So cold winters in the South, yeah, they have grid blackouts. Exactly. It doesn't even take war. It just takes something like that. So you combine that with anything else that could happen, yeah, you're in for a rough time. So you need to stabilize, have contingency, and continue to build that resilience in your infrastructure systems. It's a multi-tiered thing. Cheese is good. Is butter, Kerrygold butter, Amish butter. Amish butter is good too. The Amish know what they're doing. Tin Man gonna be scrapping, click out, and run to Arby's for lunch. Right? Okay, dumbass. Yeah, I love Arby's though. I wish they would have gluten-free buns. Ugh! I love Arby's. Give me the meats. Tornadoes. We got our ice storm or snowstorm. Never lost power. 8,000 watt generator and 1,800 watt generator. Nice. Yeah. See, you had contingency. That's what needs to happen. Exactly, Tin Man. Sweat MC. DJ, what object do I recommend for the SOCOM 16308? Optic. So SOCOM 16. Either a fixed magnification prism rifle combat optic, like an ACOG or your primary arms SLX, or an LPVO. That's what you should be using on that. Apart from having irons on it, which it should anyway, for backup and otherwise. Because if you can't shoot out to 500 on irons, you suck, or you're blind. One of the two. But yeah, those are obviously always going to be my recommendations for a platform like that. If you're doing like an EBR type thing. Dukes is the only real mayonnaise. I don't even think we have Dukes up here. I think it's a local brand, a more regional brand for you. I don't think we have that up here. Hellman's is the way to go. Hellman's real. Um, Also the Hellman's olive oil is good. And again, I like aioli too and all that. You know. Yeah, exactly. XXL Prism. Something that even if it is battery powered, even when the battery goes out in it, you still have reticle. That's you have to have that. Screw red dots. Do that. Like you need to have something with a reticle at all times. So LPVO or a prism. You're gonna want to go more than the 3x for something like a 308. You're gonna want to go 5x, or the LPVO route. The Vortex one is okay. XXL. The Vortex one is okay. ACR, you need magnification because you have that CSS kidsy shit. See, I run a 5x 5x36 Prism RCO, the primary arms SLX. Phenomenal optic. I have had no issues with mine. It's an example of one, obviously, but even the other people that I know that use like the 3Xs and stuff too, like they love them. So don't get old. Well, I mean, I'm not that far behind you, ACR, but thankfully I got the eyes of a hawk still, so my eyesight's still perfect. XXL, don't know about LPVO holding up on an M1A M14 plus the mounting situation. Right, it's got to be a pretty stout. Get beefy mounts, whether they're the Vortex ones or whatever. Like a beefier mount is probably going to be necessary for um, keeping the LPVO on track with a system like that. Yeah, Tin Man, it's a great prism. I have no complaints. I've had it for a couple of years now. Poor man's ACOG, and it's been phenomenal. Like no issues. I don't even care if the battery dies in it. Like obviously I have backup batteries for it, but I don't care if it dies. Like always will always have the reticle. Um Tornadoes, metal, you got that it's 1 to 10 LPVOs, getting the right optic mount to mount on that rifle. Been crazy. Weighs as much as a brick. Yeah, that is the thing about LPVOs. They're heavier. Some of the newer models are a bit lighter now, but I mean, any good scope or LPVO is going to have a little bit more weight to it. So, but you're already running a freaking SOCOM, so it's already a 9-10 pound rifle. You know what's another pound at that point? It's whatever. You're strong. You're a big boy. um, Tornadoes, scout scope mount for it just feels weird to you being so far away from your eye. Yeah, you gotta get that right eye relief distance. That's the other thing. So if you have to bring it back a little bit, as far back as you can, you know, you just switch primary arms to make it 4x. Well, Honestly, I love the 5X, man. It's been great. A 4X would be cool, and I know they were kind of toying with that idea, like a 4x32. I love the 5x36, man, and you know, I like the I almost like it more than the ACOG. It's got a little bit better eye relief than the ACOG. That rear lens is a little bit bigger. Um, yeah, obviously it's not quite as sturdily built as a Trigicon, but it's held up. Like I don't know, I've had no issues. A 4X would be cool though as another option. I know other people have asked about that too. So that's all on primary arms to figure out. Exactly right, XXL. ACOGs do cost too much for no reason. I mean, the housings on them are extremely durable. I mean, it's practically a bomb-proof optic, just like the old Aimpoint M68s are CCOs that we would use. Practically bomb-proof. Um, but there's no reason they should cost 1,200 to 1,400 for an optic like that. Like I could see 750 to 9. They should not be breaking the $1,000 mark though. Exactly. Exactly right. Yep, we're same page here. Brother Lee just got a HK 416s put in Hancock. Hell yeah, dude. HK 416s are awesome, man. And the Brownells BRN4, their clone of it, like also good. Um, heard nothing but good things about it. But yeah, 416s are awesome, dude. Great rifles. Soulfire 73, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Son just mounted a Vortex Viper on his 308. Seems to love it. Nice. Nice. I've got a Venom on my Tika 308 bolt gun. Um, Venom's great. Venom's a great scope. The Viper, I've heard good things about the Viper. Haven't had much time behind that. More so the UH1s, Strike Eagles, Diamondbacks, Venoms. Yeah. So, but yeah, I've heard decent things about the Vipers. I mean, I don't live that far from Vortex HQ. I've toured their facility a couple of times. Um, Pretty cool. I've heard good things though. Tour arrows. Two choices for LPVO, Scout Scope for the SOCOM. Yeah, so one or the other. I honestly, I think the LPVO is probably the better route to go. Because you do want a variable, some degree of variable capability. You know, the only thing about scopes is super much longer, much more substantial magnification, longer distance, fixed focus. You know, so nabbed a Neotech 552 for 300 2 weeks. Yeah, that's a sick deal. Because I mean, that's $700 optic too. Um, Holographic. I don't mind the Vortex UH1. Um, I've got a first gen one. Um, I don't mind it, but I'm still just not the biggest fan of holographics and red dots in general. I'm just not. But the EOTechs and the UH1s are cool. I mean, they're fine for preferential application. They're fine. Um, Tornadoes, Vortex Crossfire 2, your bolt action, 308, yeah, extra one that you're not using. To LPVO, you're not using. I mean, may as well figure out which LPVO, in the bracket, whether it's a 1 to 10 or a 2 to 14 or whatever, whatever it is, figure out which one of those. Correct. Yeah. Second focal plane, the zeros will vary at magnification. Correct. Know your holds. It's the same with the prism or other RCOs. Know your holds, you know. Tornadoes, we're in Missouri with the Light Fighters. Yeah, Brock's good people. Uses LSW 3 power. Nothing wrong with it. Yeah, 3 power is cool. It's not going to give you quite the capability as like an ACOG or the 5X or whatever, but I mean, the 3X is good. It's a good optic. It is. 552 is for a quote unquote special GWatt build. Nice. Very nice. So yeah, my original rifle in the army during GWAT, it was M16A4 with M203, and then for a little bit of time we had the Endpoint M68. It's just a red dot CCO, and then eventually we got like ACOGs. So and then reissued M4 later on, which also had the 203 still on it and ACOG. But the M16A4 with 203 and ACOG was goaded. That was a goaded rifle. It was phenomenal. Loved that thing. Way more than the M4. Like the M4, like yeah, it was cool because it was a little shorter, obviously, and a little bit lighter, but the weight was pretty nominal between the two, all things considered. It was whatever. I liked the M16A4. It was a lot more accurate. Yeah, M4 with 203 and ACOG is a vibe, dude. Like I loved it. I loved it. And then I ran that setup for a couple of overseas contract rotations too. And then the rest of the time was AK platform stuff. Tornadoes can't lose with the Neotech. Well, I mean, besides it not having really any magnification, I mean, it's a holographic. It is what it is, you know. I don't like the dot and magnifier holographic and magnifier combos. I don't like them. Like you're introducing more points of failure on a system. I get the rationale behind it for certain things, but I don't know. You're just better off running a prism or a fixed magnification RCO, you know. Especially RAS and PEC 2, yeah. Some of the old like Cas V, Viltor, Cas V forehands and stuff, like those were vibey back then. And there's a bunch of different sub models of them from back in those days, and they don't make really any of them anymore. But Voltor still makes one of those variants. That's modular still. They actually make it for the FAL too, which is cool. Um, but yeah, some of those Cas V forehands and stuff that they were making were awesome. I wish I could have gotten my hands on them, but a lot of the naval special warfare guys and some of the EOD guys and stuff were running those. Some of the Rangers were running them for a while too. They were really cool. Vibey. Pack 2 and Pack 5. Yep. Soulfire 73 says the way coming in here. Is there a solid budget ACOG style site out there? Yeah, the primary arms SLX 5x36. That's what I run. It's phenomenal. Brother Lee just got an ACOG for 900. Was it used? That's a much better deal than new. Tornadoes got an optic for your car. 15. Thinking about going with a Vortex Strike Eagle. Looks like it does look. It's very similar to the Aimpoint. Yeah. The 2 MOA red dot with a magnifier is good. That's your opinion. It should be a 1 MOA dot. Needs to be more refined. That's one of my biggest qualms with it, and I've talked about that in video discussions before. Um, you have to co-witness your magnifier to your red dot to maintain a 2 MOA dot. You know, when it is a just with the red dot a 2 MOA dot, because otherwise it's going to bleed. It's going to blow out. You're going to have a 4 MOA dot, which sucks. Like that's no bueno. It should be a much finer point dot, but most companies aren't. Most companies aren't doing that. They aren't refining the tech to make it better and more uh more precision for red dot combinations. Again, it has its uses in certain environments. Out out in the woods, mountain terrain, and all that, you're not going to be running red dot. No. Urban environments, vehicle work, PSDs, protective security details, like things like that. Yes, holographics, dots, okay. But even still, in urban fights, and in my experience in Iraq too, urban fights, if you're trying to engage targets at 400 yards, red dot's really not going to cut it. That's why we all went to ACOGs. Because the aim points just weren't cutting it. Tornadoes Do I want a Bren next? The Bren 2s are good, cool rifles. I'm waiting for MSBS to refine some of the things, and when they start importing the Grot, which is a Polish short stroke piston AR platform rifle, their version of it looks a lot like the Masada or ACR, which I really like that rifle. The Grot is really cool, really vibey. I'm waiting for those to come into the country because I really want one of those. The Bren 2s are good rifles though too. They've run well. Those are good piston rifles. E- Exactly, XXL. The dot gets bigger when you magnify. You have to co-witness, and even then, it's gonna blow it out. You're gonna have a freaking 4 MOA, 5 MOA dot. It sucks. That's why I don't like them. One of several reasons why I don't like those combos. Twin arrows. Next rifle is BCM lower. Daniel defense 11.5 upper. Nice. Little truck gun. Little PSD work. I ran an 11.5 for protective security detail and executive protection work. Um, it's good for that. Closer range stuff. It's good for that. It's good. It's a good truck gun. Twin arrows are running Sig Romeo. Yeah, I don't like Sig. Sig USA anyway. Swiss Sig. Sig USA. XXL, if you want a good aim point comp M4 clone, picked up Sig Romeo 7. That thing is a tank. All right. You do you. I'm not touching anything Sig USA related with a 10-foot pole. Daniel Defense, Mark 18 contract overruns. Yes. Sub 800. Yep. Look for that. Keep an eye out for those. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with either of those manufacturers. But yeah. Eh. I am no. I to preference, I have sworn off anything Sig USA. That's just me though. You do you. I found that's only 16-inch barrels. 11.5. Yeah. Yeah, the Mark 18 is a 10.5. There is a it's not I guess not technically a Mark 18, but it's in that Mark 18 program. They do have like it's like a 13.9 or something like that variant that they had too. But those are a lot harder to find. Yeah, will be dope. Damn, almost an hour in already. Time's going freaking flying by. You guys are bringing up all these topics to discuss. Looks like a couple of people dipped out, unfortunately. Anything anyone else has, freaking topics, questions, fire away. Keep them coming. And keep at this for another, you know, just over an hour. Yep, USMC running 11.5, 416s for the VBSS. It's because the piston guns just work better in maritime environments. Um, Same with LWRC. There's LWRCs in the mix as well. You're still working ACR? What the hell, man? That sucks. Gen X still here, working and lurking. There you go. $20. Oh shit, it might have been something else we found. I found some nice Daniel defense uppers for dirt cheap. Instead of one for 750. It's not bad. Joys of your job. I know, bro. Soulfire for fun. You picked up a Rock Island 10 mil for 400. Having a blast with it. Oh, nice. So one of their 10 millimeter 1911s. That's a pretty good price, honestly. Rock Islands aren't terrible. On Instagram. Oh, okay. I'll check it later. Martin G. Blast closing up the kitchen here. Nice. What kind of is it a bar or a restaurant? Like what kind of restaurant, Martin? Like what do you got? What do you got going on there? Tornadoes. You have two 10 mil Glocks. Yep. Moose killers, man. They're great pistols. Bear killers. Working on proposals. ACR says. Ooh, ooh. Contract proposal write ups are such a pain in the butt. Oh, dude. I did not envy you, bro. That's terrible. Thankfully, I haven't had to do many like contract proposals, on the Camel brand side for the business stuff. A lot of it's been like Instagram related networking, some email related stuff, but like, um, yeah. I think in the case of any potential future like government contracts or anything, I'm definitely gonna have to write up proposals. Apart from, there's a website to um, apply for and fulfill government contract requests. There's a website out there. Um, ACR knows I'm kind of explaining to other people. So for that, you have to have certain registrations and things like that. Like I need to kind of look at doing some of that kind of stuff. The one company that's kind of doing some prototyping stuff right now is dealing with the government contract. So I believe they did all their registration stuff. So I think I may have to follow suit in order to do a licensing contract if the government wants to use any of my camo patterns. So we'll see. I'm still waiting to hear from a POC for discussing that more, and just waiting to hear back more from the company that's making that prototype stuff for a certain program. Um, Tornadoes, I just got a Glock 21 45 ACP to his first ever handgun he bought when he turned 21. Nice. Soulfire, yeah, first 1911 in the house. Nice round. She picked up 10 mil a long time ago. Yeah, it's cooking. That's a good round. I'm a 40 guy, so I get it. ACR gotta love doing pricing. Yeah. And it's always gonna get freaking negotiated. Lowest bidder, right? Martin G. Seafood spot in Massachusetts. Work in the kitchen, so fried grilling. Ooh, bro. That's got to be some dank ass seafood if you're on the East Coast. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Making me hungry. Just thinking about it. Some of the best seafood I've had is a place in North Carolina called Vale House. It's a seafood joint not far from the coast. Did garlic parmesan grilled oysters, and then did a grilled flounder. Man, some of the best seafood in the States, some of the best seafood I've ever had. I bet you're a damn good I bet you're a damn good cook, Martin G. Blast. I bet you're a damn good cook, man. I could go for some seafood right now. That's awesome. Frying, grilling, everything. That's the place to be. Hell yeah. Bet that's some really good food. XXL, you'd be surprised at what XXL. I am familiar. Yeah, and it's not just them too. It's straight up uh, Department of Defense, Department of War as well. In partnership with Natick and DARPA. And yeah, there's a number of programs out there. One of the contract requests I saw on that government website was for netting, um, which I have trademark class 4. So I could talk to a company and figure out based on what their request parameters are because they want it to be IR mitigating and things like that. So I need to find a manufacturer in the US, a manufacturer and printer in the US that would be willing to do production quotas for government acquisitions or government contracts for that. Yeah, that it's a lot of complicated stuff, but the opportunities are there, so it just depends. ACR, you want a G20 dealing with animals when you're in the woods. Yeah, not a bad way to go. Bro, Martin, I would love some grilled scallops. Holy crap, they would be. Oh, I bet. Oh, I bet they're delicious. Love me some scallops. Hell yeah. Twin arrows, ACR Glock 20, 29 is just too freaking small for your hand. Yeah, twin arrows, you're a giant. Soulfire, I've been a 40 guy for 20 years. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. 40 gang. 40 gang. Love it, the 10 mil out of the pistol. Yeah. It will shoot, the 10 mils will shoot 40 as well. It just may not fully cycle. Fun fact. Pro tip. If you're in a pinch for your own cognizance. ACR salespeople are retarded. Do your own shit. You better get a commission. Yes, agree, Twin Arrows. Sig USA sucks balls. I do not like them. Twin Arrows, her the CEO of Sig USA used to be the CEO of FN. I believe that's correct. When he left FN, they got a lot better. Hopefully, leaving Sig USA. Well, the biggest problem with Sig USA, and that's part of some of the issues with their government contracts, is because like the foreign made MIM parts for certain things, that and just bad quality control. There's a number of other things like Swiss Sig. Swiss Sig is some of the best stuff out there. Swiss Sig rifles, your 5.52s, your 5.53s, some of your 5.56 variants, like your 5.51 and 5.52s and stuff. Phenomenal rifles. They are some of the best made rifles ever. Period. I don't know what went wrong with the US Sig, but nowhere near close. XXL, you and I need to work on a thermal defeating veil. Yeah, it just comes down to material type as much as the die. So, for people out there, for NAR and IR mitigation textiles, the dyes, there's three main types of dyes. Two of them are more chemical based. One is crystalline and one is liquid. And like some sub variants within there, but you have crystalline variant that does an impregnation, and then you have a liquid variant that does an impregnation that are chemical backed. The other type is carbon based. That one's just as effective, and is a little bit less cost, but it's all still extremely expensive compared to just standard printing stuff. The carbon based stuff is really cool because you don't have some of the issues that you have with the chemical based stuff as far as risks to contact with human skin and over long periods of time and like other things. But I digress. They're all extremely effective. But when it comes down to it, the carbon based one, the carbon impregnation one is obviously the best option for those. Um, so to that point, if you have equipment that just kind of has standard print and just doesn't really look like much of anything besides just like a standard just sheet of material under night vision and stuff, rub a little bit of like wood ash, cigarette ash, like ash into the material. It's going to help dull it out so it doesn't shine as much. Not that it matters, because when you're at a certain distance, it doesn't really shine anyway. It's much more when you're up close, and that's what people don't understand, or they have a misconception about a lot of the time. Like when you're at distance, you're not going to fucking see anything anyway, because light, shadow, and everything in that distance, it doesn't shine as much as people think it does, just base materials. But then when you do certain impregnations, whether it's rubbing ash and dirt into the material of your equipment, or when you have NAR and IR rated dyed materials that are with your equipment and things like that, like, good to go. You have some options to ad hoc do things. Certain rattle can as well, to include Rust-Oleum Outdoor and then some others out there, are have NAR mitigation qualities to them as well. So if you have if you have plain standard color like coyote brown or whatever, to throw a little rattle can on there to help break it up a little bit too. And then once that's dried and cured over a period of time and stuff, rub a little ash into everything. It's not going to look any different, but it's going to help with that carbon impregnation into the material is going to help reduce IR signature. But again, at a certain distance in under NVGs and stuff, it doesn't matter anyway because you're not really going to see it at distance. It's much closer where you see some of that shine, and that's where everyone tests stuff. They don't do a lot of more longer range testing because you only you even with good quality night vision, you have a certain limitation at distance of what you're seeing clearly. You know, there's still a lot of shadow out there that you're contending with. And also the fact that a lot of people they're all worried about, oh, is this NIR or IR rated or whatever? It doesn't matter. Most of those people are never going to go up against anybody with night vision. The people that own night vision is still a fairly small demographic compared to the rest of the community. And none of that really matters as far as thermal goes. From there, branching off, even different materials and different dyes and stuff are necessary, are needed to be used and necessary for thermal mitigation. It's very different from visual infrared with night vision uh, mitigation and just aspects. A couple of companies out there, Bees Combat Systems and some other ones that make thermal mitigation equipment. Bees is probably the best priced one out there. There's a couple others though. But it just is what it is. So that's very expensive stuff to get into, whether it's development or just production. Very expensive. I have a associate who worked on the Saab Barracuda program, which is part of that program was textiles for radar mitigation as much as infrared thermal mitigation. Very, very advanced stuff. The Swedish company Saab. Look up the Barracuda program. Fascinating. That stuff is in use at multiple national military forces, to include ours, the Swedes, and otherwise. Germans, whatever. The materials are out there, but again, they're very, very expensive. Doing all of this out of my own pocket as a camouflage brand, I can only do so much. Partnering with other companies and manufacturers and prototypers and stuff, like that's the way to go. And being able to work up agreements and stuff to make it as beneficial and successful for everyone involved. It has to be done that way. So it just is what it is. Like I'm providing the camouflage patterns, so then it's okay. It's figuring out which printers to work with that have the right materials, getting that stuff made, and then working with prototypers and manufacturers and yada yada yada. There's a lot of moving parts even with all of that. So, but it can be done. It's just expensive, takes a lot of time, and a lot of moving parts. I kind of went on a tangent there, XXL, but I like where your head's at with that, and we need to talk more about that. So we'll talk in private chat more about that. So I'm down. Soulfire, yes, you can shoot 40 cal out of 10 mil. Yes, it may not cycle completely, but it will work. Roy Harrell, the Harrell brothers, Paul Harrell and all that. He just did a video not that long ago. There's other videos out there too, but yeah, he did a video not that long ago showing you can. ACR. Oh, gotta hop on a call. Good luck. Take care, man. Bad Dream, what's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in. XXL, yeah, good info. There's a lot of interesting stuff and adaptive things that you can do out there, without breaking the bank. Thermal ISR, I feel is the biggest threat to position giveaway. Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, again, you can use natural foliage and terrain to your advantage. It works very well. You hide under a tree, if you have a fairly dense canopy that you can hide under in trees and undergrowth and stuff, it works well. And again, with like building hooches and things like that, as long as you have 6 inches of buffer between you and that covering, so it doesn't, so the air has a chance to cool before, and you're not contacting that material, it won't heat up. That's also why wool is still very effective. So different material types, but printing on wool is not very feasible. It doesn't take camouflage print very well on wool. Merino wool a little bit better. And there are brands like First Light and things like that. I've got First Light merino wool, infusion for hunting. You can print on that, but like thicker wool is a lot harder to print on. And then again, your alternative technical material types. are much more expensive, but they're out there that can be printed on. It's just finding the right printers that do have that material, access to that material, and then the right dies for preference with IR rated printing and stuff, you know. So, but that stuff's very expensive. Um, yep, thermal killer. Hey, Guppy Gilly Suit, what's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in. Message retracted. Okay, what were you gonna say? Yeah, thermal scopes are good, but again, they're good. They have a decent range to them too, but you're losing a lot of other dynamic qualities. Like with what you see in night vision, you see very differently in thermal, right? So, you know, it's there's a give and take with that. There's very little for depth perception when it comes to thermal. Um, but but it will still give you indication of heat signature at distance, you know. But it's much more obfuscated and different than with your night vision. Vader 608, what's up? What's up, bro? Que pasa, Pookie? Hey, baby. Not much. Just doing my monthly Q&A live stream. Questions, topics of discussion, fire away. I just kind of went on a tangent about textiles and technical materials and dyes and things like that because I'm all deep in that stuff. One of my camo patterns, kind of hard to see, FL pattern range bag from Whitmore Custom. Actually, very pleased with it. It's a little dark. Again, that CMYK fucking file conversion for printing, but I fixed it so the prints come out much more what they should be to the sRGB file formats. But even that's still very well within operational, functional bracket of use. But yeah, freaking fantastic. Bedroom, they're making thermal blocking blankets now. They're about 400. Yeah. There's a couple companies that do. Again, Bees Combat Systems. There's a couple others, and then wool blankets work as well. Um, I'm trying to think of what the frick is the other. There's another one out there, another brand out there, and they're made out of Texas, out of a GS. Big GS supplier out of Texas makes some IR mitigating stuff. God, why can I not think of the name of it right now? Ugh, it's brain farting on that other one right now, but if I think of it, I will mention it as well. XXL, rain and humidity will destroy thermal visibility. Correct. Yep. Elements like that, yeah. Vader, hey, Poppy. Yeah, even snow here, obviously, unfortunately, it's a lot of our snow is melting right now, but we're going to get some more at some point. It's still very, very much in the winter season for us, but um, snow's like that too. Snow is a great buffer for hiding thermal signature. It's a great insulator and a great blocker. So, that as well. Vader, hell yeah, that pattern looks killer. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Could only jump on for a minute at work. Have to catch up on this later for sure. Hell yeah. Hey, an extra grind. What's up, bro? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Vader. Yeah, I know you're still at work, man. Yeah, I know you're working the shift you don't want to be, but freaking keep after it, bro. I will see you this weekend. um, an extra grind. What's good? Yeah, what's good? Just kind of talking about anything and everything as always for the monthly Q&A. So if you got any topics of discussion, questions, fire away. I'm showing off range bag stuff. Lighting quality isn't great. This is the FL. This is a like subtropical pattern, equatorial coastal subtropical pattern, but it works in other places too. But they all have multi environment application to them. But talking about that a bit apart from technical textiles and dyes and stuff when it comes to all that fun stuff. Yep, exactly. XSL, get comfortable making your moves in bad weather. Gotta embrace the suck, right? That's another point of discussion is especially certain types of gear like rucksacks should be comfortable. Spend for the upgrades if you're running an Alice pack. Spend for the upgrades of padding and things like that to make it comfortable. Same with Malice, Philby, whatever. I run a Tasmanian Tiger long range raid pack Mark III with the additional outer pouches and all that on it. It's sitting at about 65 liters. That thing is like wearing a cloud. It is ridiculously comfortable. The Savata packs as well, somewhat similar, very comfortable, very, very, very comfortable packs. Um, that makes all the difference, especially when you're doing long distance rucks and hikes and movements and things like that. Like comfort matters when it comes, especially when it comes to a large pack. Um, yep, rain is killer on thermal, absolutely. Oh, second week at your new job in Extra Grind. Congratulations. I'm glad you're liking it. It's awesome. Hell yeah, brother. That's good stuff. I'm glad to hear it. I'm happy for you. That's great, man. XXL, you've got an ILB ruck. You're kidding out. This is dialed on the sleep system. Very good. Nice. Very nice. Man, that's awesome. All kinds of good stuff happening right now. So XXL, again, you and I we'll talk in Messenger offline and stuff. Well, online, but you know we'll talk later about some of that stuff and figure some things out. Tin Man Metal as well. I don't know if Tin Man is still in here or not. We need to talk about your gear company too at some point here. We need to talk about that. See where things are at. I know you had a lot on your plate there, but I'm hoping that you can get that endeavor launched this year as well. Um, yeah, I got a bunch of other gear makers. I gotta keep the pipeline of communication going and just kind of figure things out. Another one, oh, Dominion Preparedness is another one. I think he makes a lot of really cool, like smaller travel pouches and little travel bag pouch things and like stuff like that. He makes all kinds of cool stuff like that. He may be picking up some Fracty stuff as well. Tacked wrap. I haven't heard from Pete in about 2 weeks. He had gotten some of my material in. One of them ended up being a misprint, and that was an issue with something with the file, and then on the printer's end with Rainier. That got corrected though. Um, I haven't heard from him, but tacked wrap, which is adhesive wraps for like your stocks, mags, and things like that for camo patterns. He should be having some Fracty stuff coming out soon. Yeah, there's some other ones too. I had mentioned some earlier too, but yeah, we're freaking. I'm aiming to by mid-year try and have at least eight partners, manufacturing partners on board. That are also listed as partners on the website and everything too. I think there's three on there right now. Uh, so the one textile printer and select pre-made product retailer Rainier Fabrics, Swift Design and Textiles, was one of the first partners to come on board, and he makes custom order gear in the Fracty patterns. Whitmore Handmade. He does periodic windows of custom order bags and packs and stuff. I think that window, like he got a bunch of orders in at once, and I think that window is closed for now. But be sure to check his Instagram and stuff. All the production partners, are listed in a proud partner section on the website, the Fracty Camo website. You just got to scroll down a little bit. It's a pretty simple website, and I want to keep it that way. Um, I may revamp how it looks at some point in the future, but it's still going to be a very simple website. But all the partners are listed with their company logos. You just click on that logo and it directs you right either to the website or wherever they do their business dealings with, like through Instagram or whatever. um, should be adding some more soon though. So, and especially with the pre-order limited run anoraks that'll be coming with another partner that's coming on board. I'm just waiting to hear from them about they've got the cutout pattern templates like ready for the material, and then they're going to construct the um market demonstration promotional products, to give you an idea for the pre-order, and then pre-orders will open. So they're doing all that. Um, but yeah, Anorax and a couple of Fracti patterns will be coming soon in the windbreaker material. It'll be lined. I think they're going to mesh line it. But yeah, from everything that I see with that company, with the other product runs that they've done in the past, like they're really, really, really nice. I'm very excited to see them when they're done in my patterns. So more information will be coming soon about that. Can't really give too much away right now, but if you see the Fracti business Instagram page, like occasional post, you might, you may have seen something or another. Little hints. um, yeah, freaking keep firing away. Questions, topics. About an hour and 20 in, got about 45 minutes left. Fire away. Keep it coming. Topics, questions, anything you got. Smoke them if you got them. Anything you got. Keep firing away. An extra grind you started on nicotine pouches. Which ones? The Zins or? Yeah, I know a couple other dudes that are on them. You smoke for 20 plus years? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah. Same. Yep. 21 years. Turned 18. My dad will have the occasional cigar. He's got a nice little humidor at his place and stuff, so have a cigar with him every once in a while and start smoking cigarettes in the military is what it is, you know. I I know the spitless pouches are good and they're different from standard dip. I had a very bad experience with somebody who was dipping in a canteen in the military. You get the idea of what happened. Um, it was vile. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. Extra grind. You don't even have a favorite brand, just like nicotine. Yeah, exactly. It's like drinking. Don't really care as long as I have alcohol. Well, I mean, I'm a bit of a beer snob. I'll admit it, but I get what you mean. Yep, I did. I accidentally drank out of my battle buddy spitter. It was disgusting. Yep, it happens to the best of us. Vile, vile. Never, never again. Nope, never get near it. Nope. Ate my bag, baby. It was so gross. It was gnarly. Yep. Yeah, it was bad. Oh, it was so bad. Ugh. It was gross. Yeah, yeah, it will. Dude, oh, facts. Facts and hexagram. It'll take you from 18 to retirement real fast. That's true. Yep. This is so gross. Oh, freaking any other topics or questions anyone's got, fire away. Keep them coming. Soulfire used to chew on the flight line back in the day. Drink out of your own spitter cup. Stop that instant. I believe it. Oh, oh, the fountain of youth. Oh God. Oh, oh, gnarly. Oh God, that's great. Oh shit. Yeah, so at least 3 of us have had that experience. I'm sure somebody else has too. Oh god, it's so bad. Do you like to drink from the fountain of youth? Oh, oh, I would rather do a shoey in like a freaking multi-week outing combat boot than that. Oh god. Anyone who doesn't know what a shoey is, you pour some beer or alcohol into a shoe or a boot and drink it. It's an Australian thing. I would rather do a shoey than that ever again. Oh, it's fucking gnarly. It's so bad. Oh, oh man. Yeah, good, good with some bad memories there. Yeah, crazy times for sure. Oh, oh, gnarly, absolutely gnarly. Ugh, good times though. Yeah, it's going. Yeah, last year. So yeah, last year was the anniversary. Yeah, yeah. It was, sorry, I'm just kind of addled thinking out loud there. Yep, good memories. Any other topics, questions? Fire away. Oh, somebody else left. Gone with ye. More topics, more questions. Keep firing away. Keep firing away. Got about just over 30 minutes left here in the live stream, and then I'm gonna go eat some dinner. I don't know what yet, but I'm gonna go eat some dinner. Made this really good kind of like a hodgepodge skillet thing last night. It was so ground beef, and I seasoned it with salt, pepper, and the Jack Daniel steak seasoning, and then did diced potatoes and onions and stuff, and some red and green bell peppers. Threw a little of steak seasoning on there too. Um, man, that was just a really good like kind of skillet thing. It's really good. Pork with kimchi and rice tonight. Ooh, nice. I do have some pho. I do love pho. Pork and kimchi and rice sounds good though too. Man. I I don't think I have any pork in my freezer. No, I think I just have chicken and beef right now. But that sounds good. I'm sure that's going to be delicious. Love kimchi, love sauerkraut, love all that stuff. Kimchi and tuna steak. Oh, also nice. Nice. Yeah, that's some good eats going on. Martin G. Blast was over there. He works in a kitchen, a seafood restaurant. Freaking love seafood. Water meat gang. Seafood. Water meat gang. Kipper gang. Kipper gang. Surströmming. Yeah. Honestly, when you do it right, there's nothing wrong with it. A lot of people don't do it right. And you know what I'm talking about. I love doing that. It's along with like smorgas. So you take like a flatbread or a rye square or something like that, and you do whether it's surströmming or some fresh herring or some salmon locks or whatever, and then a little bit of like cheese on there, and then lingonberry jam, or you can do like some sour cream, lingonberry jam, and some chive or whatever on top, and like snack on that. Really good combos. So pro tip for anyone out there, check that out. Surströmming is kind of done similarly with like onion and all that. Yeah, like yeah, nothing wrong with it. I dig it. So fire need to buy pork for the store. He picks piglets this year to raise for the freezer. Oh, nice. You got a little farm? That's cool. Haggis is phenomenal, dude. I love haggis. Um, unf- I usually eat it at least once a year. I would like to have it more often, but it's usually a yearly thing, especially like with Highland games, Highland Fest, and stuff that happens around here and everything. But yeah, haggis is really good, man. I mean, I like it. I do shepherd's pie a lot. I end up eating shepherd's pie a lot more than haggis, but haggis is great. I love it. Nothing wrong with liver and onions either. A lot of people don't like liver and onions. Like it's fine as long as it's cooked right. It's fine. Haggis is great though. Yeah, if you can get the chance to either make some or get a hold of some really good stuff like in the store or a restaurant or something, like get yeah, haggis is worth it, worth trying. It's good. Soul fire normally raise everything yourself. Have a good friend that raises your beef. Nice, outstanding. That's good stuff. At some point, whenever the economy unfucks itself and land and housing prices go back to a good norm, I'm still in the hunt for property. I've been hunting for land and property since like 2016, 2017. Um, but then everything just skyrocketed in price. It's just not feasible. Kind of stuck renting right now. Um, at some point though, I want to get some land, like I intend to have, a very small, you know, little homestead set up. Yeah, it is a full-time job. It is worth the effort. Yeah, I grew up around farms and stuff, grew up all over the place and grew up around, cows, pigs, horses, ostriches, emus, uh, you know, dogs, cats, all kinds of animals and stuff. Like it's a lot of work, but to stock your own freezer and fridge, with that between that and hunting and stuff and foraging and everything, like that's the way to go. My buddy and I do yearly mushroom hunting, mushroom foraging and stuff, and thankfully my area is very bountiful with a lot of other edible plants. Mulberries, blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, a lot of raspberries, like all that. Um, good wild onions, wild mustard, like all that, like everything. Like it's all good. 12 acres, enough to raise some livestock and hunt deer. Yep, perfect. That's all I'm looking. I'm looking for like probably like yeah, 10 to 30 acres would be preferred. Acreage prices used to be great here, anywhere between 1,200 and 3,200 an acre, depending on the county. Way, way higher than that now, though. Like, it's just not. I don't know how someone expects a freaking $180,000 to build stick frame house being worth over $300,000 now. Insane. It is illogical. Hey, I'm not going to buy a flammable fucking house for that. I intend to, whether I do buy a house on existing property or whatever, I intend to fully rebuild it basically out of stone with steel support beam and stuff. Um Kind of like a nice like Irish cottage, stone cottage kind of thing. Um but like even more like stout. Um I'm not living in a freaking flammable house. Um but like just between the house prices and the acreage prices now, like it's insane. Like there's no rhyme or reason to why it is like that right now. We all know why that's happened. The multitude of factors and actions that have been taken to force that or to make that happen. We know why, but it should not be like that. So it needs to be corrected. Got lucky and bought it back in the 90s. Yeah, that was the time to buy. Even the earlier 2000s, like that would have been the time to buy. I was traveling a lot for work, moving around a lot and stuff. So I wasn't really able to be in a position to do that. Kind of prioritize the job. So, yep, that's when prices were good. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Asher Grind. Housing prices are boomer fever dreams right now. It's insane. Absolutely insane. You were 10 in the 90s, right? I mean, right, yeah, I mean, we're 80s kids, but yeah, mid-90s, yeah, I was like, 10, 12 years old, so but, yeah, I mean, even the early 2000s and like, the 2010s and stuff, like, that would've been the time to buy, especially, like, right after the freaking housing collapse in '08, the market collapse in '08, like, that would've been a prime time to buy because everything was dirt cheap, um, and then even the prices, pre-Kung Flu would have been good, and that's when I had started looking. I almost secured one, but then the freaking realtor, violated the VA home loan guideline stuff and refused to finalize closing, uh, because he wanted certain things that were explicit in the criteria for VA home loan that you didn't need. So, I reported him for that, but it's kind of screwed me there. So, and I kept looking after that, and like some would come up here and there, and you know, it was cool. I was trying to work forward on that, and then it just wouldn't go anywhere or whatever. And then all the housing crisis stuff happened, and the prices skyrocketed. So kind of got screwed there. But you know, just trying to figure it out. It'd be a lot cooler with all this acreage that these realtors have listed. You could just like the old timey ways, just go claim it. You just go move in onto it and be like, no, this is mine now. That'd be nice. I wish. Like, nope, nope. This is my 15 acres now. You can piss off. Like that would have been cool. Yeah, that all changed. That all changed, unfortunately. Well, shit. Keep it coming with topics and questions. Keep firing away. Burning right along here. Classic Pepsi, proper Pepsi with real sugar. Pepsi gang. Not a Coca-Cola fan. I mean, I'll drink it. Like Mexican Cokes are fine. I'll drink them, but yeah, I like Pepsi more. Keep firing away. Topics, questions. Yeah, I know he said that, but problem is it doesn't reflect the actual market value of properties. you know, it's a problem. Bourbon and coffee for the nightly drink. Oh, there you go. A little Irish coffee or Kentucky coffee. You know, nothing wrong with a little Irish coffee or Kentucky coffee, whichever. What kind of bourbon? Soulfire. What kind of bourbon you got there? Ask your guy you're excited for tomorrow because you can get off work and drink a lot of beer. There you go. There you go. Get some dragon's milk, man. Get some dragon's milk. Good beer. Or Omagong Brewery out of New York. They make really, really good tripels and quads. There's also Kentucky, the brand Kentucky. Their beers are really good. They have a bourbon barrel aged beer that's like 19. It's like 19% or 21%. Yeah, yeah. Check it out. Um, bourbon and coffee. That's like speeding with the brakes on. Knob Creek, good choice. Knob Creek is good. Yeah, my dad's a big fan of Knob Creek. You have to try the 10-year Bib and Tucker at some point. The 12-year, it depends. If you like a lot more like leather, kind of side of bourbon, the 12-year Bib and Tucker. Otherwise, the 10-year. Like the 10-year Bib and Tucker is really good too. But yeah, Knob Creek is solid. Speeding with the brakes on. Driving on the highway in 4 low. Oh, yeah. Well, somebody else dipped out. What the hell? Yeah, it's whatever. Got about 20 minutes left in the live stream here, so. Yep, no hard alcohol with the new job. Yeah, good. Stick to it, bro. Yep, can't screw it up. I'll ask what your new gig is. You don't have to tell me, but if it's something interesting, if it's something interesting or otherwise. Yes. Yes, how we can get with booze. Absolutely. Well, that's like that's why like when it comes to like the good beer and the nice beer, that I drink and stuff, that it has to be gluten free now, unfortunately. But I have a gluten free Tripel, and it's closer to 9%, which is in a acceptable bracket for me. You only have a couple, and you're fine. You enjoy it with your meal, enjoy one or two after, and like you're good. You know, American binge drinking culture is and I mean it was the same in the military, obviously too. It's there is no point in subjecting yourself to shitty beer in large quantities when you can get that same effect with nicer beers in a lesser quantity. Um, Same goes for liquor. You know, have something nice. You can have a lot of nice and still get to your desired destination. Lynchpin, what's up, bro? Thanks for tuning in. Shave the mustache so you can be a Chechen. uh, Wie говорите я по-русски? Uh, um, yo плохо, yo говорю английский. Хорошо, хорошо. Uh, I don't know much Russian, Russian and Ukrainian, but free phrases. Power company. Oh, nice. Good money. Good stuff, bro. Very good. I'm happy for you, Axegrind. That's awesome, brother. Aloha snack bar. Soulfire. I don't know, but the binge drinking from back in the day. Exactly. Now it's time to try out new things and relax. Quality over quantity, except for ammo and alcohol. What's up, Boger? Welcome back. Your favorite beer of all time is Abyss by Deschutes. Yeah. Okay. Solid. You ever had like the oh my god, Saints. Why am I brain farting on it? Oh, Saint something or another. They're pretty strong beers too. They're like 12%. Those are really good. Oh man, why am I brain farting on that right now? I don't know. Those are really good too though. Am I ready for spring? No, I love winter. I kind of wish it would be winter year round. But that's just me. When spring comes, it comes. That means I can do mushroom foraging, um, you know, gather food like that. That's when the berries start coming in, and everything's growing, and so I mean there's pluses there, but I like winter weather. I like winter. It's just I'm weird like that. Autumn too. Autumn right there, just below winter is as like my second favorite season. Um, yeah. Not looking forward to it when spring comes because that means summer will be coming after it, and I hate summer. I hate the heat, but whatever. Our springs are relatively short. Our summers are pretty short too. So when it comes, it comes. Whatever, you know. Um, Killian's, it's kind of a lower end Irish style. They're okay. I mean, it's low ABV. No, I'm just it's not my thing. Let's spend 2 to 3 years Dagestan and forget. You know. Oh, we're taking back Grozny. Man, that was a hell of a battle, hell of a war. Um, AK gang, AK gang. Um, I love you, Coyote man. You're good people. And extra grind. Strong beers have to be perfect, otherwise they just don't taste good. Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing. Like, not an IPA guy. There are strong IPAs out there. I'm not an IPA guy. It's got to be a good like porter or stout or ale that is done right. Uh, Vestmala, the monk brewed Tripel from Belgium, still one of my all time favorites. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful beer. There's a lot of good ones out there. Yes, morel hunting season is coming. I'm looking forward to it. We've got a couple of good spots up here that people don't know about that we can find morels. So we're definitely going to be hunting the morels. Um, and then we got really, really nice big hen of the woods that grow here. Chanterelles, golden oysters. There's a bunch of really good edible fungi up here. So I'm looking forward to hunting them all. Um, Saltfire winter is good while it's deer season. Now you're looking forward to spring turkey. Oh, okay, that's fair. The next grind is my camo available in garments yet? So not really, but if but the material for certain types of garments, particularly for like hoodies, athletic wear, um, and like other cold weather clothing and stuff, the material is there available. So if you were say to order some and then you find a good local seamster or seamstress near you that can make you whatever, a hoodie or whatever you want, like they'll make it for you. And the price is not bad on them, for those services with supporting a local business. Um, One partner coming up soon that is making in 4 different patterns some limited run pre-order anoraks that'll be coming soon. More announcements for that yet to come, but that'll be announced like on the Instagram and stuff. Um, and when they come on board like as a partner, they're still working on the prototyping stuff right now. So that'll be coming soon for anoraks as well. Um, in the windbreaker material. And that windbreaker material from Rainier, you can make for things like jackets and anoraks. You can also make ponchos and shelters with that material as well. So there's options there if you have a little DIY creativity. Otherwise, like you could find a custom order place, whether it's gear specialty or just a local seamster or seamstress. And if you bring in the yardage, they'll make whatever you want. So um, more partners will be coming soon, though, for uh, various types of apparel and garments and stuff. Apart from the yardage types being available to the public for DIY and otherwise. Um, Still trying to figure out the uniform manufacturing, and I've got to work with securing this licensing partnership with the second textile printer for ripstop specific fabrics for uniforms, and I got to find a uniform manufacturer still. But as far as like other stuff goes, like the material's already available. So just kind of what I said there. Linchpin, want a PKM? Me too, bro. I love PKMs, man. They're awesome. I miss shooting PKM. My last couple of rotations as a trunk monkey on ERT overseas was I was running a PKM and fantastic platform. I love it. Keep an eye on was it Arms of America? Keep an eye on them because they get Yugo PKM parts kits in. So whenever one comes in, dude, freaking snag it up. The price is really good on them too when they come in. It's wild. So ogre mead, yes, mead, yes. Mead. Full stop. Yeah, chicken of the woods are super good. You gotta get to them before the mites or whatever, those little bugs that like to eat them and burrow in them and stuff. You gotta get to them before that, but no, I'm not into PNW. The textile printer Rainier Fabrics is in Washington State though, yes. Um, the right now, the current singular licensee textile printer is in Washington State, yeah. So far, yeah, chicken of the woods, yeah, great flavor. They're delicious. An extra grind. Unfortunately, you don't have any seamstresses. Let us know when you get the Anorax. Yeah, I will. I guarantee you there's at least one seamstress or seamster in your area. If you just do a Google or Yelp search, they'll come up. They're all over the place. But especially out in that area in the PNW, there's a bunch. There's a couple that are partners with Rainier Fabrics that make the pre-made products for Rainier Fabrics that they retail. Like there's a group of local seamstresses and stuff that make products for them that they retail apart from their own services. So they're around. You can find some just with a simple search. But yeah, chicken of the woods really good. Chanterelles are fantastic. You in a cast iron or skillet or whatever, or I like copper pan too with some butter, and you pan saute some chanterelles or some golden oysters. Oh man, those go so well with a steak or a tuna steak or um a pork chop, chicken parm, whatever. Like really good. There's so many people that just have no idea about that stuff out there and they should learn about it. Whether you go to a farmer's market and get some or you proactively go out and hunt for them yourself or whatever. Um, Take some learning. You got to have some good guidance and experience to make sure you're not picking the wrong things, but it's all out there. People need to broaden their horizons with their culinary experiences anyway. I only eat I only eat fast food, I think probably 2 times a year, maybe 3, and most of the time it's Culver's because 'cause they're the best fast food, hands down. Um, I don't eat that often. Everything else pretty much is either really is a lot of cooking at home or it's the occasional, like, good restaurant, we have a really good taco joint, we have a really good sushi spot, things like that, you know, otherwise, but most of the time, it's just cooking at home. Just people little bit of just inquiry, looking around, find a recipe, make it, like, it's not hard. You can find all kinds of good stuff out there as much as, like, making something for yourself to try that ends up being awesome. Like, I don't know why people aren't doing that. Lazy sacks of shit. Chicken of the woods sautéed in butter with a good cranberry, pistachio, terrine, or pate. Oh, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Hell yeah, dude. Oh man. I wish Homefront Scenarios Chris was in here too. He's over in Idaho and he went to culinary school for a while and he's back to doing EMT stuff. Man, he and I have some really good discussions like this about um dank ass cooking and just culinary elevation. Like you don't have to be like I hate the like haughty toddy, French 5-star bullshit where your portions are like, a, a house for ants kind of thing, like no, fuck all that. Like make a good, hearty, stout, substantial meal, but it doesn't mean it has to be basic. Basic is fine sometimes, but like little things like that, just step it up a little bit and you're gonna be much better off for it and be able to change it up a bit. Um, some of there's all kinds of stuff that you can do like in the field too to boost morale, but change it up a bit. You know, it's easy. Actually, I had a duck confit poutine in Montana a few months back. Oh man, like a distilled Thanksgiving dinner. Oh, I bet it was. Oh man, that sounds really good too. I love poutine. Duck confit. Oh man, Man, I bet that was good. I bet that was really good. That's another thing. It's a very European thing, pate, you know? I like pate. Um, there's really not much that I won't eat, like, or try. Like, there's all kinds of good food out there, and much of it is well worth revisiting. You know, that's all. That sounds freaking good, though. Holy crap! We only got about like 5 minutes left here. So, any last topics of discussion or questions? Fire away in the chat now, so I can rapid fire them before we call it. You like white people cuisine? Oh yeah, of course. There's nothing wrong with cuisine of all other types too. Love sushi, love pho, love Korean barbecue, love whatever. Like it's all good. I like Indian food too. Chicken vindaloo is freaking amazing when it's made right. Like it's really good. Same with tikka masala. Same with I like curry. I like yellow, green, red curries. Whatever. I'll eat it all. You know, food is always a great topic. Like you can just go off the rails about it. Like that's what I like about the city I live in. The food scene here is phenomenal. There's Nepali cuisine. There's really good taco stuff. There's, really good Asian food. There's a Chinese noodle place that has like 80 different kinds of noodles, like you name it. Really good pizza joints. There's other really good restaurants. We have a authentic traditional German restaurant here. Um, Good local burger joints. Like it doesn't matter. Like you have options apart from your own home cooking and everything. But like, yeah, there's so much good stuff. Um, Really good Vietnamese place here too, and Laotian Lao place as well that I really like. Basil fried rice with the native spice level with like all those like crazy Asian bird eye chilies and stuff. Oh, you're breathing fire, but it's so good. Good pad thai, you know, whatever. Brussels sprout with balsamic reduction, sprinkle of French gray salt, prosciutto, yes, prosciutto, love prosciutto. Topped with raspberry jam, phenomenal. I like doing like grilled, like roasted grilled Brussels sprouts, and then doing some like stuff like that. Um, Make like a variant or use a variant of like a mustard dressing or a Russian dressing as well with that kind of thing. Um, and then whether it's prosciutto or you do like or like a shashlik or even just bacon wrap it or whatever. Like, dude, yeah, that's the way to do it. Like those kinds of combos. Lingonberry jam. I love lingonberry jam. You could replace a raspberry with lingonberry and it'd be amazing too. Like, it's all that, Love it. Love it. Absolutely. And I'm big on German food too and everything, Dutch food, you know, like all that. I love Scandinavian Slavic food. Obviously, I was talking about Scandinavian food earlier, doing the fish on a flatbread or rye or whatever with whatever toppings on there, whether it's sour cream or jam or whatever with some cheese or whatever. Like it's so many good combos out there. Fresh herring, like straight from the water, fresh herring, you debone it, put a little bit of salt on there, some chive, a little bit of sour cream. That's amazing. Um, and freaking do uh, a side of savory pfannkuchen or something. Like, dude, world's your oyster. Bacon wrap just about anything is amazing. Yeah, it's all super, super, super good. Freaking well, we're getting about that time. This is a great topic to end on is food. So that's awesome. Yeah, you have a good one too, Soulfire. Um, Yeah, just to kind of round things off, Fractal Spectral Camouflage Systems, my camouflage brand. Check it out. Check all the things out. Check out the website, the Instagram. More production partners coming soon, products, things like that. And materials available now in the patterns for those here domestically that want to make gear or work with local supporting local small businesses and having things made, whatever it is, do that because that's what it should be with the American way. Um, yeah, Frac T Camo. Didn't really talk about music stuff this time around. Go check out Aposticum, the album Sounding the Seven Horns, available on all streaming platforms and on Bandcamp. Eldarion, The Journey of Heroes, on all major streaming platforms and on Bandcamp. Um, yeah, those are the most recent stuff. Decoherence via Sentient Ruin Laboratories, as well, all major streaming platforms and Bandcamp. Uh, yeah, all that stuff. And go check out Frac T Camo. So with that, thank you everyone for tuning in. I appreciate all of the wonderful and engrossing and in-depth, meaningful, constructive conversations and topics of discussion and questions that we've had here and the community posts and everything else. I appreciate everyone tuning in and talking with everyone about all this stuff and just kind of shooting the breeze and just having a good time and all that fun stuff. So with that, again, go check out Frac Fractal Spectral Camouflage Systems. More stuff of all kinds coming soon. Discussion videos, music stuff, whatever the hell else I feel like doing, it'll be coming out. So with that, everyone, have a great rest of your night. Have a great weekend. Be safe out there. And with that, metal up. Out.